You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast. Listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hey, this is Tiffany Boyle, CEO and Editor-in-Chief of Emerge Magazine, the new voice of business. Here inviting you to come out to celebrate with us at the Emerge premiere, May 29th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the City Club of Washington, D.C., located at 555 13th Street Northwest, Columbia Square. Again, that's May 29th in Washington, D.C. For more information, visit www.emergepremiere.com.
Hello, I am Rhonda Bello, the author of Women of Yesterday for Women of Today, and I am on Jerry Royce Live Worldwide.
You are listening to PositivePower21.org with Jerry Royce.
What up? It's your boy Kano Kingston.
Hi, this is Angel Sessions.
Hey, this is Pat. Hi, I'm Teresa Powell.
Hi, Jerry. This is Ira Sandro Carter.
Hi, this is Phil Powers.
Hello, this is Teresa Bobby with Jerry Royce Live.
Hi, I'm Philip Byrne. I'm live on the Jerry Royce Show.
Hey, what it do? It's your boy Houston Saint.
Peace, this is Dahlia the poet, spoken word artist.
Hello, this is Ramon Marquis with Jerry Royce Live.
All right, everyone. You got Robin Lynn, and I'm keeping it live right now on Jerry Royce Live.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up? This is a award-winning podcast with the greatest podcast on earth. Thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide on Internet Radio, where you get your positive on. So when it's all positive, it's all power. That's positive power. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.
Think you know how drugs get in those little brown bottles? Think again. Set in the green hills of western New Jersey, inside the gilded halls of power of a U.S. pharmaceutical company where decisions are worth billions of dollars and human lives worth less. Nicholas Harding, a young executive at Marshall Pharmaceutical, finds his career, family, and life in jeopardy. The Farmhouse, a suspense thriller novel by Bill Powers, published by Donna Inc. Publications, available at Amazon.com or DonnaInc.org. Go to Bill's webpage at www.authorBillPowers.com.
Are you looking for the next great read? A book filled with love, passion, betrayal, and intrigue. The award-winning novel, Season of Change, by Tamika Patrice Kane, is sure to satisfy your literary sweet tooth. Check out this must-read book reviewers are calling uplifting and emotional. And exceptionally great read, deeply intense and thought-provoking. Order your copy today, available in paperback and ebook on Amazon.com or at www.tamikapatrice.com.
Are you an author looking for promotional services or a reader looking for a great read at low prices? In this competitive world of books, Writing Royalty Promotions is dedicated to bringing authors and readers together to build a greater respect for literature through our various promotional services and online bookstore. So head over to writingroyaltypromotions.com and check us out.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us and welcome to PositivePower21.org. Today I am feeling unbelievable. I am blessed. I am Jerry Royce Live and I'm worldwide. And you're listening to episode 354 with Rhonda-Bello. That's right. She's here to talk about her book called Women of Yesterday for Women Today. She's with Kingdom Builders Publication. They are home based in South Carolina. And we're going to take a quick break real quick. When we come back, we're going to hear all about who Rhonda is. So here's a message from Gerald Manuel in his new book. Check him out.
Hi. If you're struggling with your relationship or you just can't seem to find the right one, author Gerald Manuel has written an enlightening new book entitled How to Identify Your Spiritual Soulmate. You may order a copy today from Amazon.com or at BarnesandNoble.com. This book is sure to answer many of the questions you may have. Thank you and God bless you.
That's right. Check out Gerald Manuel. His book is on our website, PositivePower21.org. For those of you who have never been to the website, you can check it out at PositivePower21.org. That's right. And also we want to give a shout out to all our new radio casters that's coming up on our new program. That's right. We current other programmers now, other podcasters, other radio personalities. We have Elation Magazine show coming to us with Kimmy Kim. That's right, out of Kansas City. She hosts a show, a religious show on AM out there, and she just launched her brand new online magazine, and she will be hosting a show with yours truly just to get her out of the gates. Also, we got Tea Timers coming. That's right. Real Talk with T. That's right. T Spence from Hollywood. That's right. She walks the red carpet. She's going to be here to talk about empowerment for young ladies and people going through some things. She has walked that walk before. She knows what it's like. So she's going to be here to talk about that and also a little bit of HIV intervention, okay? And we're going to be bringing Justice Clark live, going to be here soon. That's right. You can find him out there on APRI on Blog Talk Radio, so he has a lot of experience. He's going to be coming here real soon. And also the biggest surprise was we got church on Positive Power now. That's right. We got Reverend Virginia Singleton. That's right. She preaching the word to us every Sunday. We're excited about her, but if you can't wait for Sunday, you can go out there. We will have a couple of shows loaded that previous sermons she has done. So if you want to get to know her and feel her style, because everybody bring it differently. So that'd be the Word of Power, starring Reverend Virginia Singleton. And we want to thank her son Chuck for making this happen. And don't forget about Jam Box Radio on Saturday night, where you want to hear some house music from my favorite DJ, and he's worldwide. That's DJ Spin. We grew up together. If you remember him, he's formerly with the New Mocs. If you come out of the 80s back in the day when they had a big hit with Nilly Vanilli and those guys that made it big. And right now, of course, that group consisted of yours truly, Kevin Lyles, who's a big-time record executive up in New York. Him and DJ Spin used to spin on 4 turntables at one time, and I think Kevin was like a rapper. Yeah, man, it was exciting cats back then. And also we got Michelle Emmons going to be here. She brings the holistic approach. You'll see a little bit more information out there on her. We just received her information, and she's excited to be here too. So all those young ladies will be slotted during the week. You know, where you used to hear me, they're going to be taking my place where we're going to be co-hosting, still bringing some guests, still having an exciting time, big time talk. All right, so we ready to move on. We got Rhonda-Bello in the house. Minister-Rhonda-Bello is a Maryland native. She loves the Lord, education, reading as well as teaching. She retired in 2011 from the United States Army, where she served over 24 years of faithful service. She is now less than 1 year from receiving her doctorate degree in business administration from Phoenix University. Rhonda's holds her MA in accounting from the University of Phoenix. She's executive board for the NGO agency, Global Organization for Humanitarian Relief, as a legal advisor. She's certified with the IRS, performs services for tax preparation, a mentor with University of Phoenix Mentorship Program, as well as president of University of Phoenix Alumni DC chapter, University of Maryland Mentorship Program, American Corporate Partners, ACP, Protégé Program, and Business Professional Women Foundation, BPW. Ron is the Area 11 Governor of District 27 Toastmasters. She is also co-founder and currently works as assistant pastor in Holy Mountain International Ministries. Rhonda-Bello has written an endorsement for a book which will be released, or was released in March 2015. She's also a contributing author in a book called You Are Called to Greatness. Her first book, which was just released, called Women of Yesterday for the Women Today Platinum Series. She's here today to talk about it. Rhonda-Bello, welcome to Positive Power 21.org with Jerry Royce live worldwide. What's up?
Oh, nothing. I am blessed.
Amen. All right. Well, welcome. So glad to have you. All right. Now, we met Rhonda. We had an opportunity to do a face-to-face interview with Rhonda. We haven't aired that show yet because we got so much stuff going on. We haven't had a chance to publish that yet, but we will get that up on the site so you guys get a chance to see Rhonda in person with her loving husband, also Mr. Bello, in their church. That's right. She has her own church up there in the Greenbelt area of Maryland, and we had an opportunity to meet her and her publisher, Louise. That's right, Louise Smith, and owner and operator of Jam Vibes Radio. That's right, who bring us our jazz and gospel music daily. That's right, we stream them from South Carolina. So Rhonda, what's going on?
Oh, it's nothing. Today, matter of fact, was a God-blessed day. Today, I had my TV show that I do every Tuesday at 5 p.m. That one is Christian Women's View. And what we discussed the issues that are going on with Christian women today. We just finished a 3-week series that was on women and parenting roles. And the reason we felt the need and got a vision from God was that there's so many women out there that are raising their children, but they weren't even properly taught Christianly of what was supposed to be done. So they're raising their children on what they think they should do, and they basically out there creating their own rules, their own regulations, and we have to understand that these children are our future. And then after that, I had to run over to the church because we had Bible study, and I teach the Bible study from 7 to about 7:45. So today has just been a beautiful day in the Lord.
Wow, busy bee. Woo, you busy. Well, you're episode 354, and our signature question is, who is Rhonda-Bello? Who are you, Rhonda?
Well, I am just Rhonda. I'm an individual working for God. I don't try to showboat anything because I just want to make sure God get all the glory and all the admiration. God is God. He was God yesterday, He's God today, and He will definitely be God tomorrow. And Rhonda just wants to be a waymaker. I just want to be a helper. I just want to go out and evangelize and teach the word of God. I want everybody that I meet to know that I am God sent, not from me announcing myself, but just from the way I carry myself and the way that I speak, and even the mannerisms of the things that I do on a daily basis. Rhonda-Bello is married to senior pastor Bello, who has his book, which will be on your fabulous show tomorrow. And we're just out there making dents everywhere we can for the Lord in the world. That is just the basics of Rhonda-Bello.
That's right. That is awesome, Rhonda. And you guys are a very lovely couple. You had a chance to sit down with you guys for, I guess it was about an hour. I know I was taking up y'all time. Y'all was trying to get out there and feed the lovely couple, the Smiths, because they had pretty much just arrived in town. And I know you guys had some things going on and had some more stuff that was going to go on because you guys are always ministering and doing something positive in the community. That is simply awesome. So I applaud you guys for that program that y'all about to release. Now, where can people find that program? Can they find it online? Is it on cable? Where is it?
Well, we have several programs, and they can find them. What we're trying to do is get them released on CD, and those can be actually on our website, which is www.hmim.vpweb.com. And they can also get some of it off of YouTube, because I've been pushing a lot of footage out on YouTube. And basically, we have events once a month. We just had fabulous Minister Derry David, who is Out the Box Ministry. We just had the fabulous the Jazz Bowl, which is Linton and Louise Smith, and they brought their own beauty to gospel and jazz together. And now, believe it or not, we're preparing for just our 1-year anniversary that's coming up in July, and that one is going to be just as great as every event that we have at the church. We have events daily. We have a prayer line that's Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. We have a women's ministry, a powerful women's ministry, and matter of fact, we fast on Wednesdays from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., and then at 8 p.m. we do our actual prayer line. We have prayer and revival on Thursdays. On Saturdays, we do evangelism, and 2 services on Sunday. So all of our events, what we're trying to do is push different ones out on YouTube, put different ones on CD or DVD, and go out to different events. There's a lot of different local events that we try to go out and participate in, because everybody is for the same cause, and that's just to glorify God. There's no such thing as this is my event, my glory. No, it's our event, and it's God's glory. So we're out different places, making sure that we give God all his admiration.
All right. So you guys are really busy. So you sound like you guys need to have a channel on our website, since you got so much going on. We got to let people show that Maryland is doing their thing. That's right. So we got to represent. So I guess I wouldn't be a good host if I wasn't hosting my own state, right? So we're going to have to talk about that, Rhonda. Make sure we get you and Pastor Bello up there on Positive Power 21 so people can see all the good things you're doing. Because we have to glorify God more and more every day, so people let him know that, he's doing his thing, but we hear so much bad news, it's funny because right before your show, I was really feeling good. And old girl, Nene, walks in, I was taking my little rest. Nene comes in and say, "Hey, what's going on?" And then we talk, and then she turns the news on, and it was some bad news. Somebody's daughter missing. Or something happened to somebody's daughter. And I was like, oh, my God. Then she said, "Oh, did you hear about the couple that drowned or something during the prom somewhere?" I said, no. It was too much bad news, and I just woke up. So I'm just so glad to hear that, you're doing things, because we never know when our time is up, and we need to talk to God before it's all done, so he know that we're ready to see him. All right. Awesome. All right, Ron, let's get down a little bit about you now. Now, we know what you're doing now. Everybody know you got all the education. You got the Army behind you and everything. You got your stripes. Tell us about you growing up. What were you like? Because I know we went to the same neighboring school. We found that out when we met. Tell us what you were like in, middle school. Was you always this much, had this much energy, wanted to go in the armed forces, get all these degrees? Tell us, what were you like before all this happened?
Well, to tell you the truth, quiet. Very, very, very quiet. It was so quiet that as we was talking that, I was at Western, he was at the Poly, that even when I went to my 10-year reunion, I had to pick myself out in the book, the yearbook, because they did not even know who I was. I was dedicated and focused on study because I had to get to college. And I didn't have, and the unique thing about it is that I was actually the secretary for the sophomore, junior, and freshman year. The only year I wasn't secretary was senior because I took extra classes. But I was very, very quiet. And it's amazing to be that quiet in the neighborhood I grew up in. I grew in the old old part of Lexington Terrace when they had the high rises, where it wasn't no such thing as Martin Luther King Boulevard. It was the old part of Lexington Market. That's where I grew up at. And I knew from there that it had to be bonds of different things had to be broken. And everybody talks about, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that. But, you know, the first step is actually stepping out and doing something. You can't sit back and say, oh, I'm going to do this, I want to do this, and don't make the move. And that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to make sure that Rome wasn't built in one day, and I wasn't trying to get Rome in one day, but I knew if I took one step and my children take a step and they take a step, then little by little we can break all the different bonds of poverty, of spiritual bonds, of emotional bonds. You know, there's a lot of bondage that gets attached to you when you're actually born and raised in poverty. It gets to a point where you think that that's it. You know, I can remember one time I had to ask a friend, this was a friend that was up in Baltimore County, and I want to say about 13 or 14, I spent the night. I couldn't understand why she didn't put her cereal in the refrigerator. I'm like, everybody put their cereal in the refrigerator. She's looking at me like, huh? But it was just a different way we grew up. So I knew from then that I had to do something. So that's how it was when I was growing up. I really didn't become outspoken until I actually joined the military. And I joined the military because I'm not going to lie, you know, all of us as parents, we want our children to go to school. We want them to be doctors, lawyers, you know, these famous actual business head people, CEOs. But I really didn't know what I wanted to do. And I knew I had to do something. And I knew the military would get me on a path to do something. And once I was in there, I thought that I was making a difference and I was making a change, and it was changing me. And I was actually getting out into the world and seeing more than just Lexington Terrace. That actually there is a whole big world, and you can travel on it and you won't fall off. So I actually started becoming outspoken and speaking out, and I went back into really reading the Bible, getting into religion, because I knew it was only God that got me out of Lexington Terrace and did not make me a statistic. Because that's exactly what a lot of my friends are. You know, they are statistics, and I didn't want to be a statistic. And when I went into the military, and you know that old military saying, "Be all you can be." That's what I was. I was a drill sergeant. I was a chief leader. I actually, in Bosnia, I was part of the ministry team. They didn't have one because we was the first troops out there, and I was part of making and building and setting the pavement for the first ministry team. I am already documented in the Pentagon history for opening the first tri-service tax center. You know, so I was always, you know, busting down barriers and breaking loose and breaking free all the things that were hidden. And I was doing it to glorify God, but I also was doing it as a woman perspective, because sometimes when we're women, we get lost in the shuffle. And sometimes we have to actually open up and say, hey, I know that this is what God told me to do, and this is what the Bible told me to do, and I need to step forth and I need to do what's right, and that's going to give the glory to God. So that's how I was when I was growing up. I was just you may as well say a rose that was closed, and then now I'm a rose that's done blossomed.
That's all right. Good. Wow. Yeah, because I remember, you know, what it was like back in the 70s and 80s. You know, that part of Baltimore, you know, is nothing like what it is today. You know, people think about the riots now, but that was just like one or two blocks that, you know, that was up in fire. But that part where you grew up now is, you know, they building that up. That area is, whoo, man, you probably wouldn't even recognize it. $1 million churches and you name it. You know, it's spectacular down there. Now, what happened, Rhonda? What kind of lit that fire up in your mind that you knew it was more than just Lexington Mark? Because I know in middle school you were just going to school in that community, but when you went to high school, you had an opportunity to attend Western High School, which is, you know, right next door to an all-boys engineering school. So you had the opportunity to meet young men and women who were actually attending probably private school before they attended Western, because Western was almost compared to a private school back in those days. So
right. Well, what happened is that I was actually one of the ones that was known to go to Francis Scott Key. And we were over there, and I did my junior high there, and then was accepted into Western High School. And you're right, Western High School was treated as a private, upscale school, and I was honored to get accepted into the school. But that is not what sparked me to become the person that I am today. What sparked me to become the person that I am today, and to know that I needed to get out of Lexington Terrace and to actually pursue what my talents was that God gave me, was actually when I had family members to start dying. And it got to a point where I thought that I was the cause of all the death. And I said, you know what, I cannot consciously stay in this type of environment if I'm the one that's causing all these deaths. Through my lifetime, before I was the age of 24, my mother died, my godmother died, 2 aunts died, my brother died, and my great-grandmother died. So that let me know that I can't stay here. This is death. If I stay here, I am going to die. This is death. This is not a place that I will be proud to raise my children.
So what happened? They were dying of what? Of illness, like what, diabetes or something? High blood pressure?
Well, my mother was murdered, and I was sick. Yes, and my brother was murdered over drugs. So, you know, that's always rampage. Murphy Homes, the Lexington Terrace, the Poe Home, everything was drugs. Yeah. And he was murdered over drugs. My godmother over drugs. My 2 aunties over drugs. And my grandmother, my great-grandmother, she just died because she was old. Believe it or not, she was 98 when she died.
Oh, okay.
But she was that spark that kept me focused and would say, you can do it. Nothing is impossible for God. Just keep moving forward. Tell God what you want. You don't have it because we don't ask for it. You know, she was the one. And when she died, that let me know, okay, I got to go. I can't take this. I have to do something. And like I said, I wasn't ready to go to college because I didn't know what I wanted to do. But once I got into the military and I started seeing that there's unlimited possibilities and nobody keep telling me, oh, you're a woman and you're black and you should be a secretary making coffee or doing nursing, you know, I actually start blossoming in the military. And I was outspoken. I actually spoke out for the first time for myself. Believe it or not, I was in boot camp. And I was walking past and I accidentally hit somebody's boot that they had just shined, okay? So you know how long that took. And the girl said, you're going to shine this boot or you're going to meet me outside. Okay, I was around a lot of sisters and brothers, so I never really had to fight a whole fight by myself. So outside Jerry was out the question. I ain't going outside with you, but I ain't got no support. And I ain't going to shine your boot because if I shine your boot, then I'm going to have to shine everybody's boot that's in here. So I told her, I said, you know what? What's not going to happen is you're not going to touch me. And 2, I'm not going to shine your boot. And if you don't like anything that I said, then you can take it up with me later tonight. You know, I never had a problem with that girl, and we still keep in contact till today.
That's right. Just stick it up for yourself. Now, Rhonda, now, if you didn't go in the Army and everyone was murdered, where were you going to go? You know, after high school was over. I mean, what was going on?
I was staying with my grandmother. I still had my grandmother. She had full custody over me. So I was still staying with her. But you have that spark inside of you that say, yes, I need to do some things. And in my books, I tell a little bit each time about myself because I like to be transparent because I'm like everybody else. I'm not nobody that just got all the blessings showered upon me. No, I'm like everybody else, and if I can do it, everybody can do it. It's just that I was very fortunate that I had a close-knit family. My grandmother, she took us to church faithfully. My sister, Jeline, up till today, I can be in Zimbabwe and make a phone call and just tell her, blase, she on the next thing smoking to come over there to find out what's wrong. So we was a very tight-knit family. So that's who I was staying with, was my grandmother. And she used to tell us, this is all we got. This is all you got right here. You see these? This is it. Your brother, your sister, me, this is all you got. And she would preach that to us, and that's why when anything happened, we're always together to make it happen. And now my sister, you know, everybody always have their so-called as Big Mama, and that's more or less like the role that she has taken because she knows everybody's birthday, anniversary. She tries to get to every graduation. You know, she makes sure she's still holding that family banner, which is excellent because it's still keeping us together. So that's who I stayed with. So I had a place to stay. It's just that I didn't feel, Jerry, that I was going to make it. I really did not feel it. So I had to do something about it. Mm-hmm.
So your sister's still living in Baltimore?
Well, she is actually in Windsor Mill, which is off of Wrightstown. So she's still in Maryland.
Okay, she's not that far from my location.
Oh, not Wrightstown, Liberty Road. So she's still in Maryland. Yeah. And my brother, he's out near Aberdeen. He's all the way out. But they're still in. My grandmother lives with my sister, and I'm telling you, if I tell her when this is playing, she's going to be watching this. She listens to everything. She follows me. She supports me. And she's done got all the way up in age, and she doesn't miss a beat. Matter of fact, she's in one of the pictures in the book for the women of yesterday because she's one of those pioneers. She was on the missionary board, and she held that church down. And she's actually mentioned in the book, and it's a picture of her in the book for women of yesterday. And that's why I did the book, because I'm a firm believer. You don't have to create the wheel. The wheel is already there. All we have to do is just to improve on the wheel. And to get advice, you get advice from the scriptures in the Bible that you need to get the advice from. And I tell people at work, you don't go to an auto mechanic to find out what cut of meat you need to put out on your grill. You're going to go to a butcher. So why would you go to somebody that clearly has no clue of what they're doing with their life to ask them, what should you do next?
That's right. That's true.
You know.
All right, y'all.
So, yes.
We talking to minister-rhonda-bello, Maryland native. She loves the Lord, education and reading and teaching. We're going to take a break real quick, Rhonda, and we come back. We're going to talk about women of yesterday for the women today. All right? So hold tight, everybody. Here's a message from Maryland Dunn and Kevin Dunn. Get the CD, y'all. It's awesome.
Hi, I am recording artist Maryland Dunn from St. Louis, Missouri. If you are looking for some soul-stirring, anointed, spiritual, and heartfelt music, visit my website at www.marylandunn.ministries.com. Or you can also find me on CD Baby, iTunes, and Reverb Nation. For booking information, contact Mr. Kevin Dunn at 636-856-0551. That's 636-856-0551.
Hey, this is director-producer Alan Wills, and I am on Positive Power 21 with Jerry Royce Live. And when I'm online, I listen to Jerry Royce Live at www.spreaker.com/positivepower21.org. Y'all heard?
Give it up, be strong and lift him up, 'cause he's the power of life. Lift him up, rain away, rain away, rain away, 'cause it's the last day. So look to the right, lost with direction, His love and affection. Don't delay giving up, be strong and lift Him up, 'cause He's the power of life. Lift Him up, rain away, rain away, rain away, 'cause it's the last day.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right, y'all, we are back. We talking to Rhonda Bello, and she has her book out. She's published under Kingdom Builders Publications, LLC, based out of South Carolina. And the music you heard today, the first tune was by Linton and Louise Smith out of South Carolina. And the last song you just heard was Jesus Coming Soon, bestseller on Amazon.com, Angel Sessions, based out in California. That's right, and she does it up on social media like no one does it up. All right, and congratulations to her and her success. All right, Rhonda Bello, let's talk about this book. Why you write Women of Yesterday for Women Today?
I'm writing a book so women can relate to the situations that's happening today. It's a platinum series because it's going to have books within inside of books. And the first one that came out had 5 particular women, and it's going to have addition to 4 more books with 5 women. And we're also coming out with a Bible version. The Bible version is going to have 7 books of the Bible, and inside it's going to have sections that's food for thought, sections of reflection, poetry, sections of note to self, different things that we can actually apply to our life every day. And the book will help women to understand what we are going through now. They already went through it. It's just that it was 2,000 years earlier. So one example that I can do without actually giving out all the information of the book is favor. We all want favor from God. All of us want favor, and all of us are very familiar with the 23rd Psalm. And in the 23rd Psalm, 23rd Psalm, verse 6, it says, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life." Now, the recipe for favor is goodness and mercy. If that follows you all the days of your life, that means every day, everything you touch will be favor. It will turn to gold. Everything you think about and you say it and pray it to the Lord, it will come to existence. Everything that you step on will actually be paved towards your destiny because you have that favor that's on you. And we got a lot more in the Bible. It talks about not only favor, it talks about actually reputation. It talks about finance. It talks about childbearing. It even talks about husbands, because a lot of women, and I'm not going to say anything. We because I was one of them. I tell people all the time when I go out to minister, I was very, very disobedient to God. God tell me Jerry to go left, I'm going right because I know who I am. I've been with this body for X amount of years. I know I ain't got to go right. It ain't nothing over there. And every time I would get baptized by fire. That means that something would happen and I'm running right back to the cross, pray. And once I surrendered and listened to God and actually start studying His words, everything started turning around. And that's inside the Bible, too, about just being obedient. And I tell people all the time, if you're already broke or you're living in poverty, try God, because the only way you can go is up. If you already back against the wall, the only place you can do is go forward. It's nothing that you're going to lose. You're going to get back a triple-fold return by trying God. And that's also within inside this first issue of the book. The book is an easy read because I wanted to make sure it was easily to fit in women's purses. So at any time, if you need that little uplift while you're on the train or while you waiting for your food or you actually at someone's house or at an appointment, you can take it out, do some light reading, and put it back. I didn't want anything that you got to bring your dictionary with you to look up the words, or you got to have a notepad because you got to write it down. I didn't want that because life is too easy, and it's not difficult. And God says it. He says, my yoke is easy, and that's exactly what I wanted. So it inspired me because everything that I put in the book, I've already been through it. And I know that this is what God is saying because everything is quoted from the Bible. I list biblical verses so you can go back and say, aha, I never thought of that. I never really read it like that. And the 23rd Psalm, I tell everybody, is my favorite. And in there it says, he prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Now, we know, first of all, even at a family barbecue, we worried about who did the potato salad, who did the corn, who did this, So now in the Bible it says he's going to prepare a table in the presence of your enemies, which means that everything that your enemies has already done to you, once it's presented, it's already blessed, and it's coming back to you double fold because that's your destiny. God tells us we're the head, not the tail. We're the lenders, not the borrowers. He said, I want you to have life. I want you to have it more abundantly. So that's how I tell people, wake up every day like you're 5 years old and tomorrow's Christmas because you don't know what's going to happen. Right. Jump out of bed and say, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, for waking me up. Because that's just as simple. Do you know that's the first gift that he gives us when we're born is the breath of life? Yeah. That's the first thing, that the gift that God gives us. And we should always remember that because there's a lot of people that don't make it overnight. It's a lot of people that make it, but they don't have the working limbs, the working arms. They can't see, they can't talk. So I want my books to inspire women no matter where they are around the world because it's an international book. I don't preach about in the book or teach about cultures. I don't teach about different religions. I purely teach what the Bible says. I don't put any type of cultural interpretation in it. I just say exactly what the Bible says. Now, if that person places it at a different spin because they're spiritually moved a different way, then that's what I want. But I tried to make sure when I was writing the book that I was not infringing on anybody's culture because that's how we get in trouble sometimes. We always think that, oh, no, mine is dominant. Mine is dominant. No, God is dominant. God made everybody. And he didn't say we should be worrisome about just things like culture. That has, that's not what we're here for. We're here to, like I said, to give him all the glory. So that's why I wrote the book. Is basically to help women. I am a women's ministry minister, and that's what I do. I help women. I pray with women. I help develop them into whatever spiritual gifts they are. They call me all times of night. I pray. They, pastor or minister, can you come to do such an X, Y? Sure. If it's to glorify God, and I know even if I can just get one person to see the light of God, I'm there. I'm there. No problem. And I'm not the type of person that goes out and expecting a man-made reward, like some type of monetary or whatever. I go. My reward is when God said, well done to me. That is my reward because that will last for eternity.
That's awesome. All right, Rhonda, we're going to take a quick break because we run out a little bit out of time. But when you come back, I want you to tell people where they can find you. So, of course, we're online. You at www.hmim.vp, Victor Prince, web.com. We will have that on the landing page where this show will be housed. And, of course, like I said, I invite you and your husband to share your videos and anything you have out there you think that can help people on our Word of Power landing page on positivepower21.org. So hold tight, okay? And we'll be right back. All right, we're talking to Rhonda Bello, y'all. She's the author of Women of Yesterday for the Women Today. Hold tight. We have a message from James Deshay.
Are you looking for a great book of poetry that is romantic, heartfelt, and full of male emotion? Then get Thoughts, Love, and Reflections by James K. Deshay. That's Deshay. Go to www.jamesdeshay.com. You will enjoy Thoughts, Love, and Reflections.
Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right, that was Kimberly. I Want to Be Yours. Man, I love that song. But I don't want to take up too much time because Rhonda got to tell us where they can find her, where her church at, because Rhonda goes to church on you. Rhonda, where can they find you and your husband's church? Tell them.
Our church is located at 7755 Bell Point, that's B as in boy, ELLE, Point Drive, and it's in Greenbelt, Maryland, 20770.
That's right. And that church is called Mountain International Ministries. So you guys Google it. You should have told them to just Google it, Barbara. And it would find you. They find you. The GPS do the work. You had to read it out, Rhonda. And Rhonda's the first lady minister of Holy Mountain International Ministries, so she want to make sure you guys get this. So that's why she's reading out the address. But I thought she was going to say Google me and Mountain International Ministries. All right, because we're on the internet, Ron. You have to do all of that. All right.
I understand that, but you know you got older and younger. We got the media generation, then you got the ones that still carrying around the big backpacks and the notepads and the pens.
That's why I tell them just click. All they got to do is click. Touch screens down. Just click it. All right. All right, Ron, we appreciate you being on the show, and definitely I'm very interested in, you guys, carrying your ministry on our website. If it's, the open invitation for you and Minister Bello to do that. If you guys would like to do that, we could talk about that this week. When you got some free time. I know you're busy during the week, but that's what text message and emails for.
I want to talk because I got a good principle that I think will work for your show. And when I tell you, you'll be so happy you will run around probably your house 10 times.
All right, I'm game. I'm trying to do good by the Lord, because Jerry, he partied for a really long time, but this side of life, we got to chill out. We're getting a little older now. We got to slow down. Let the kids grow up, do that thing. So here we go. Go ahead and close us out. Give us your final thoughts for tonight's show. And again,
my final thoughts, believe it or not, Jerry, is for you. And I'm going to declare and decree in your life that God is going to elevate you to the highest mountain. God is today, not tomorrow, not yesterday, but today. God is working to break your bondage, to make sure that you have a galvanizing effect, not only in the world of just radio, but you're going to bust out and you're going to have your own TV show. And I'm saying this live because I want people to follow you and understand that this is the destiny that God has placed over your head, and they can be a part of your move.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Wow, all the ministers be saying good things. Just hope you guys right,
It ain't no hope. It ain't no hope. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You just make sure you got a spot for us. You know how people, when they rise up, they forget about the little people.
I was like, Rhonda Bello, you from where? No,
I'm from Baltimore.
You made a lasting impression when I first met you in your house. You guys were so nice. It was like I knew you guys for years. I didn't even know you in high school. I probably had crossed your path because, we were up there on that side because, my baby mama, went to school with you, and my sister, and my wife, and my sister-in-law, and my cousins. So I know.
Good Lord, we got a lot to talk about then.
Yeah, them Western Knights, man, they all over the place. Yeah. And a lot of them became Deltas too, you know, so they keep it real. You know, they keep it real. I gotta behave myself. The Deltas, you know, they in the millions. So, you know, the brother can't get away with nothing. So, you know, I married the right person to keep me in check, you know, so.
That's good.
Opportunity to catch Jerry Royce live reality show coming to my YouTube channel. You have an opportunity to see me doing chores and helping the lady the house out because she works all the time. And I want you guys to see me in action because I need some help. I need to know how to get stains out of the carpet and when Skylar girl, aka Jill, be spilling jelly and juice all over the wooden floor. What should I really be using to clean it up with? You know, those are the kind of answers I'm going to need on my Facebook page. So look for that. That's coming real soon, y'all. That's going to be fun, and we should have a good time with that. All right, Rhonda, I appreciate you. I can't wait to get your husband on here and talk about his book because you had your turn. Women of Yesterday for Women Today. Can they find that on Amazon?
They sure can.
Awesome. All right, y'all. And we're going to make sure that they can just point and click. The book will be on our website. So you can get that, and that's a digital download as well. Because I know Louise them handle that for you. So can they get that in the digital?
In 2 weeks. It'll be out by the second week of June.
All right, awesome. All right, everybody. Ron, I tell them all the time, they want to hear the good stuff. They got to listen to Jerry Royce Live on positivepower21.org or our app. That's right, our mobile app. You can find at Spreaker.com/positivepower21. And I tell you guys all the time, I'm Jerry Royce Live. I'm worldwide. Thank you for tuning in to Jerry Royce Live on positivepower21.org and Spreaker.com/positivepower21. This is a Royce Enterprises production. And don't forget about replay on Facebook.com/Jerry Royce Live. All right, y'all. Y'all stay awesome all week long. BBB.